Betty McKee and Linda Brenner and I have been on a health journey, and they've actually been on a lot longer than I have. Linda helped me with this, as did Susan, is the one that got me really going with her nursing degree. And so we're just excited to be here to share. Last week Linda had a talk, it was wonderful, about stress. Made me feel a little guilty. You know, I think maybe was the point, I don't know. Making us feel like we need to take control of what we can take control of and let go of what we can't. That's something that I wish I could have learned at 18 rather than 69, you know. So, absolutely.
Giving it to God and taking it back.
That's right, that's right. And I think we're all probably there one day or another, you know. But anyway, today we're going to talk about sleep. And I know a couple of you came last week thinking it was sleep, and then this week you maybe thought it was stress. It got a little confusing, but we're going to talk about sleep. So if you didn't want to hear about sleep, you're welcome to take a nap. So I did have a question for you, and then we're going to talk, I'll tell you what's going to happen today. How many of you drove here? All right, and how many of you slept 8 hours last night? Sound? Okay, good, good. These guys you can ride with. Everybody else, you are running a big motor vehicle and you're tired, and that's kind of like driving impaired. So we want to talk about that a little bit too. I'm going to be speaking for about 25 minutes. We're going to have a drawing for some wonderful sleep patches that Linda has provided. And we're going to have a wonderful lunch. She's made a terrific pasta salad that she talked to you about a little bit. We have fresh fruit. Betty made some muffins that went over really well last week. I think I saw a couple of people hide one in their purse and take them home. But everything, as Linda said, is organic, non-dairy, non-gluten, and no sugar. So it's yummy and healthy as well. My other job is I'm a baker, and I can't bring what I bake to a healthy class. So I know. That's something you definitely have to treat as a treat every now and then. It's not bad if you do it every now and then. If my precious husband, he said he cannot lose weight if I keep baking. So he's my tester and taster. Okay.
I'll take his job.
Okay. That would be great. You know, I need to just put that out there. I need a Tuesday tester, and you can stop by, spend the day in the kitchen, and it'd be really fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to say that we all remember when we slept like this, but we don't because we were babies, right? But kind of picture this. Your mom or dad takes you and puts you in a nice warm bath. And then they take lotion, maybe lavender, rub it on you. And then they put soft jammies on you. And then they lay you in a bed with clean sheets and turn the lights down low and sing a lullaby. And we wonder why they sleep.
Yeah.
Right? But we tend to go to bed like this. We eat too late, right? And then you lay down, and your stomach is working on digesting instead of working on getting healthy. So we don't want to eat 2 to 3 hours before we go to bed, because when we do, the energy is spent digesting, not getting healthy. And we probably sleep in an old sweatshirt or t-shirt rather than a soft jammy. And I know when Mike and I got married, my mom called me into her bedroom and she said, I've got something for you. And it was 7 nightgowns and 7 robes. Beautiful lace, gorgeous stuff. She said, if you will take care of how you look at night, you don't have to worry about anything else. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good advice. And we've been married 50 years, so I think it's okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, we also go to sleep right after we have a very hard discussion with a child, a teenager. Whew, anybody still got one of those? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, okay.
Those two.
Or with our husband. So we lay down, we just ate, we probably got dirty clothes on the floor in the bedroom. There's lights on, somebody's in the other room watching TV. You just had an argument and you wonder why you can't go to sleep. And it seems pretty obvious whenever you look back at that. So maybe this is you at work, or maybe it's you trying to work at night when you should be sleeping. And maybe this is you in the morning, a little bit dark-eyed and bleary-eyed because you didn't sleep the night before. So, if you didn't sleep 8 hours, which only just a few of you did, I'm very proud of you, that's great. We're gonna give you a lot of ways that are gonna help you to sleep. And we're gonna look at the science behind it too, so that we understand it. And when you understand why your body's working the way it is, I think it makes it easier to apply what we're gonna talk about. Okay. Now, lack of sleep plays havoc with your emotions. I don't know if you realize that or not. It does make you want to cry just for dropping a grape on the floor, or maybe something much smaller. You get your sleeve caught in the car door, and you just break down. And it's not because of what just happened. It's because you didn't get enough sleep last night to allow your emotional side of your brain to heal back up. So if I was going to ask one of you, hey, let's go to a spa. Let's spend the whole day. And they can do a mani-pedi, they can do a facial, they can do a massage, they can do a seaweed wrap, whatever it is, whatever you like, a mud bath, which never appealed to me. But all of this for 8 hours. Wouldn't that be? It'd be expensive, but it'd also be a lot of fun. But every night when you go to sleep, it's kind of like going to a spa. Because what happens in your brain and what happens in your gut and what happens with your body is healing, regeneration, nourishment. And if you aren't in that deep sleep, you're not going to get any benefit out of your spa treatment. So we've got to get ready for the spa. We've got to get ready to get into the deep sleep. Deep sleep helps you not to have this problem. About 75% of Americans have elevated blood pressure. That's a pretty sad statistic. And not getting a good amount of sleep is really, really harmful. And of course, we all know all the things blood pressure can do. Also, not getting good amount of sleep, weight gain, depression, heart disease, dementia, diabetes, and I have to tell you that the heart disease really hits home with me. A couple of years ago, Susan stopped me and she said, "How are you doing?" Because she knew I was having heart troubles. And for about 6.5 years, I dealt with this. I've had 14 cardioversions where they shock your heart. I've had 3 ablations. I've been on every medicine known to man. And at one time I was on 9 heart medicines. So I wasn't doing well. And I wasn't sure I'd be here at this time. And it got to the point that my heart rate resting was 152, 153. So if you can imagine, you can't catch your breath. And I didn't feel like doing anything. So I sat on the couch and ate and gained weight and then made it worse. And it was like this chicken and egg thing, right? So bless Susan's heart, she saw how I was doing and she said, why don't we try a couple natural things? And we did. And she introduced me to Linda. She helped me even more. And I have to tell you, I feel fantastic. I sleep 8 or 9 hours at night sometimes. And my heart rate is a resting 70. My blood pressure's 120 over 60, right in there. And I'm down to 1 medicine. So what we're telling you, it has a lot to do with how we sleep and what we do. part really got to me. There's a part of your brain that controls logic and memory and emotions. And when you're sleep deprived, that part of your brain can actually shrink. So if you think about that, you know, you wonder why you walked in a room, and then you turn back around because you couldn't remember, and then you go back again. Maybe you're not getting the proper amount of sleep. And it does affect your brain health. And to know that it can shrink is pretty scary. Without deep sleep, your immune system does not work properly. I don't care if you've got a gallon of elderberry syrup, every healthy thing that you can imagine. Without sleep, you cannot heal at night, and that's when your immune system gets its gas. Your body produces more ghrelin. So I had to look that up because I didn't know what that was. And it's a hormone that they call the hungry hormone. It makes you want to eat everything in sight, which, as we know, is not a good plan. And when you aren't getting your sleep, your body is producing a stress hormone and this ghrelin hormone, which also causes us to eat. So if you wonder why, if you can't sleep and you get up and you want to eat, there's your reasoning behind it. Also, lack of sleep causes more stress hormones, which cause inflammation. Now we could probably, I know that Linda could, have a whole session on inflammation. It is the mother of all, or most all, disease and illnesses. So if we can control that inflammation, then those other things don't happen, and all of a sudden we're living a little bit healthier. So there again, why we need the sleep. And it can also kill the mood, ladies and gentlemen. Lower testosterone, reduce libido, affect fertility, interrupt menstruation. Those are big deals. You know, you want to keep that all going as long as you possibly can. Now, the other thing is beauty sleep is a real thing. I always heard that. My mom said, oh, no, you need your beauty sleep. Well, obviously, if we don't get our sleep, we're dark-eyed, we have dull skin, we're more prone to those fine lines and wrinkles. Not the kind with age, but the kind that you just get because you aren't sleeping well. And one of the reasons is you don't have any more cortisol, which causes more stress, which causes more fine lines. And wounds, breakouts, if you've got anything wrong trying to heal, it's going to take a lot longer. Instead, we want to wake up looking like this. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. I looked at that and I thought, I want that skin.
A little bit of that is age, though, isn't it?
Oh yes, absolutely. I think she's probably 7 or something. Sleep is not a reward. It's really not. It's not a treat. It's not optional. It's your key to absolutely great health. So hit your pillow. Treat yourself to a good night's sleep. Naps. Let's talk about naps a minute. Now, I'm a good Baptist, so on Sunday, I always thought we should come home after church, eat dinner, take a nap, right? That's what I was always told. Well, a 20 to 30 minute nap is a great idea. A long nap, not so much. There are 4 levels of sleep. The first 2 are very light, like somebody can walk in the door and you wake up, or barely touch you, you wake up. It's the kind of sleep where when you take a nap for 20 minutes or so, that's the kind of sleep you're in. The 3rd level of sleep is called deep sleep. Now that's really important. Deep sleep is when you are going to be healed, the brain, like we were talking about, for your emotions, those kind of things. That happens in your deep sleep. In deep sleep, your brain waves are very, very slow. You're sound asleep. You've probably all been awakened during deep sleep. And it's when you feel that rush, that adrenaline. It's like, what's wrong? What time is it? Where am I? One of those kind of feelings. That's when you've been awakened from deep sleep. So your deep sleep usually happens 2 or 3 times a night. You'll go through those first 2 and then some deep sleep. You don't usually dream in deep sleep. So it's a more relaxing sleep, a more regenerative sleep. And then, come on in. There's a chair over here. And then there's the REM sleep, which is the one we all hear about. Rapid eye movement, REM sleep. So REM sleep is when you dream, usually in color and pretty vividly. And you want that sleep because that's when all of your gut does its repairing, and also when all of the brain flushes out the toxins. Now, it also, your brain has plaque buildup and toxins. If you don't go through deep sleep and REM sleep, those build up, and that's one of the reasons they feel relates to Alzheimer's. So a very important reason to get your sleep. So between the deep sleep and the REM sleep, when you're in REM sleep, your brain is all over the place. If you were to put a scan on, it looks just like it does when you're awake, but you're asleep, and your body's going through that. And that's what happens usually right before you wake up. That's why you can usually remember a little portion of your dream, part of it. If you tell somebody about it right away, a little more. So those are the 4 levels of sleep, 4 stages. And it's really important to have all of them. The only way you're gonna have all of them is if you go in ready to go to bed and you've got your room all set up. So think about it like this. You've got your dream house and you've had it all decorated, you've had it landscaped, but you put it on a foundation of raw eggs. I don't think it's gonna last. First person that walks in, what's gonna happen? It's all gonna crash, right? It's that way with sleep. You have to have a foundation. You have to get your room ready. You have to have it clear. You need to have it between 62 and 67 degrees if possible. I know that sounds really cold, but that's what the Sleep Institute says whenever they study it. It needs to be dark. Take some duct tape. You know all the little things that are in your room, the little plug-ins, add the little lights on them that you see at night. Cover those babies up with duct tape. You put 5 or 6 of those in a room and your room's lit up, but it's not a light that's on, so you don't really think about it. So duct tape's your friend. If you can, change one of your lamps to an amber light, because the amber light doesn't have the blue light in it, like an amber light bulb. It doesn't have the blue light in it. You have that on as you're getting ready for bed, and it kind of turns those things down. If you have to watch a screen before you go to bed, you can get a pair of filtering blue light glasses. They've got them online for a pair for $20. You can get them at Walmart. Very inexpensive. Do those and the blue light won't affect your brain. So that's what you need to do before bedtime. You need to have your space clear, smelling good, invest in really good sheets, a nice comforter, those kind of things. That's your foundation for your sleeping. You know, we spend a fortune on cars, right? You know, I was in sticker shock. Mike wanted to buy a truck. Oh my gosh, that was more than our first 2 houses put together. You know, so it's ridiculous. But sleep, we spend 8 hours a day, a third of our life sleeping. How much time do you spend in your car unless you drive for a living? Yet we'll spend it on that, but we feel guilty buying a $2,000 mattress and $500 worth of sheets. Maybe look at our priorities there a little bit.
Suzanne, do you have any information about the grounding sheets?
I don't. I've heard of those. Do you have them?
No, I was gonna get some, and then he had me do this witching thing to find out, like, maybe I just needed to move my bed. But, I think that the better thing are the grounding mats.
Right.
And you can get them and put them on top of your mattress, and then the sheet goes over it.
Okay.
And, that really works.
For you, or for a lot of people?
For a lot of people, and there's a lot of evidence on there that really would help with sleep.
Oh, that's
and total body
I
health.
have to look into that and research it. Research everything, research all this. I'm gonna give you handouts that have everything I've talked about today. That way you'll have it, research it for yourself, look it up. My husband sleeps, like, I know he's asleep before his head hits the pillow. You know, and we had one of those expensive beds that have the number system, you know, and I loved it. We slept great, it was wonderful. Well, we moved, and this freak storm came, we had people helping us, and it was in the back of a truck, and they were going over 111, like where the Sparta drive-in is, and this freak storm comes up and blows that whole thing out and onto the next level, down onto 111. We're in the overpass. Well, first of all, I didn't want anybody to have a wreck, and then we go down there, pouring rain, pick the thing up, put it back in. Mike said, throw it away. I said, no, we can't do that. That thing was $3,000, you know. So I take really big duct tape and I fix it and I work on it. I set it out in the sun till it's all dry and it's great. And I had the grandkids come help me and we put it all together, right? So that night we're asleep and I am so proud of myself. You know, just one of these. And I look over in the morning and Mike's not there. Well, his side apparently had a hole in it. I was here and he was here, and he couldn't even get out without help because he was all sunk down like this in that blow up thing. That's when we got rid of it. We got another one. But you know, it's worth it. It's worth it. For Christmas, my son knows that I cannot have a house cold enough for me, and Mike will have 5 blankets on. I won't have a sheet on. So he got me this wonderful, I bought a little cooling blanket. He bought me this wonderful cooling blanket. And oh my goodness, I am in love. So I sleep with that every night. We don't have to have the room quite as cold, so we're both happy. So there's all kinds of ways you can look into that. But you do go into a deeper sleep when it's cooler and when your body cools down. So how do you know when you are in a good sleep pattern? Well, you wake up refreshed. I do have to tell you, every morning I wake up, I have 0 aches and pains. I turn my little legs out, and get up, and I don't have any pain. I don't have anything. I feel great. And Mike will tell you I have energy till about midnight. I'm still up. I just feel so good. And I really believe that about half of it is because of the sleep and the sleep patches we're going to give away. So, and we can tell you about that at another time. So sleep is your best healthy friend. So we're going to do a giveaway. The patches we're giving away help your body to produce more melatonin. It does not put melatonin in your body. They're called non-transdermal. You put them on like this. It works with the heat from your body, and it helps your body to make more melatonin. So that's what we're giving away. You don't have to be worried about what you're putting on. There's no nicotine or anything awful like that in it. If you have questions about it, please ask. So tonight, don't scroll, don't binge, don't fight it. Put on fuzzy socks, make some herbal tea, use your lavender, skip the screens, think pleasant thoughts, say your prayers, and honor your most powerful remedy of all, sleep.
And you know another thing? That
Yes.
Rise hot chocolate, that mushroom,
Uh-huh.
they have one for sleep.
Okay, is it good?
It's really good.
Okay.
If anybody wants to try it, you have to get it online. I don't know that.
Rise, R-I-S-E.
R-Y-Z-E.
Okay.
I know Candace Mitchell has it like at her pharmacy in Mount Juliet, but it's
No
very healthy
caffeine.
for you.
It's hot chocolate with no caffeine.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
and it's,
It's probably better than my Hershey's.
and there's even Rise coffee.
Uh-huh.
It's all different mushrooms, and it's, Wayne Mitchell swears by it, says he hasn't had a hard time giving up his coffee.
Really?
Since he started drinking that. And it's like turkey mushrooms and all kinds of different, it's all just reishi mushrooms and.
Oh, you got the same one?
They were stuck together.
So hopefully that'll have everything on there that I said, that way you can look it up and know what we're talking about.
We also have some books you can check out from the library. You can't check them out here. You have to go to the front desk. Otherwise, Spencer will be unhappy with me. But we do have some additional books to take a look at.
Yes,
Um,
and Spencer has been so kind, the library has been so kind to allow us to come here and to do this and have these. Hopefully we'll have one next month, the date hasn't been set.
We have not, and so what I would like from all of you, this is kind of a pilot program we're doing. I've had a Health and Wellness Club for many, many years, just not here in Cookville. So we're kind of doing this as the pilot club, and we would love your feedback. Would you like to see us do one a month? And it would be on different subjects each time. And we'll continue, and we'll do various subjects. So, you know, we have a lot of experience behind us. So, some of you came in a little bit late. The pasta is gluten-free, and I told the first people that got here, I don't like gluten-free pasta, and I'm gluten-free. So I do have my own gluten-free pasta at almost $7 for a small package. I love you all, but not that much. Okay, so sorry. But it is loaded with organic vegetables to try to compensate a little bit for the gluten-free. The tea is from my garden. It is spearmint tea, and it has no sugar, of course. But I do have some stevia and some monk fruit over there if you.
It's good by itself, though.
I like it all by itself.
Yes.
We'll get the ice out. So everything is healthy here. Please come help yourself. And if you have questions, the three of us will be here and happy to answer any questions. So just out of curiosity, if you were to have another topic, what would you like to hear?
Anti-inflammatory diet.
What did he say?
Anti-inflammatory diet. That's
Yes.
actually my specialty.
Very
That
good one.
I work on about the microbiome. So also down the line, I would love to do one on Alzheimer's. I was diagnosed almost 10 years now ago with Alzheimer's. My last almost 8 years, my brain scan is completely clear.
Yes.
So when they tell you there is no cure, that's true with medicine. But I'm here to tell you that God created your body to heal itself. This is the big if you give it what it needs. And that's what I had to do. So I think that might, and it may not be for you, but who does not know somebody? Family, friend who has Alzheimer's. Also Parkinson is another one that we do. But we also do like nutrition, bioidentical hormones, which is huge for both men and women. So our whole philosophy, everything I've taught on for years, is you have to heal your body at a cellular level. That is what God created for your body to heal at. It's not going to work on anything else. So if you don't know what's wrong, how do you know how to fix it? You don't. So, you know, we talk about how to get down to that cellular level of what it is and how to fix it. It's great. So thank you. Well, that's good response because we were debating. So thank you, Suzanne. Well, maybe we'll do an anti-inflammatory diet. Everything